What's up guys, it's Josh from KeepItTechie, and today I wanted to do a quick video showing you guys a system monitor for Linux. So I recently did a video on HTOP, as well as I looked at TOP, which is a system monitor as well. TOP is a very old application that comes with all Linux distributions, as well as HTOP. HTOP now falls into that category as a default application installed in most Linux distributions, so you don't have to install it. But as I stated in the last video, it kind of goes through and it's a task manager or systems monitor that you can use to actually monitor the system, like various things, CPU usage, memory, different things like that. So I wanted to highlight another application that can be used for the same purpose, but it also includes a lot more detailed information of your actual system. And this is an application I believe is great for people that are trying to get into Linux systems administration. So I just wanted to highlight it. Let me go on and show you guys what I'm talking about. The application is called Glances. And this is the actual website for it. It says an eye on your system. Glances is a cross-platform system monitor tool written in Python. And this is the actual website. I'll put a link down in the description below. But as you can see, it the features state that it monitors CPU, memory, load, process list, pretty much a lot of the stuff in TOP at the top, but it has more detail, especially when you get into network interfaces, disk IO, RAID information, sensors, file system, Docker. It actually shows you the containers that are on the system, and also alerts, system information, uptime, quick look. So if we look down a little further, it says cross-platform, written in Python. Glances will run on almost any platform. GNU Linux, FreeBSD, OS X, and Windows. Glances includes a XML or a PC server, and RESTful JSON API, which can be used by another client software. And they also have a web UI. No terminal at hand. Use the built-in web UI and monitor your system from any device. And export, you can export system statistics to CSVs, as well as other formats that can be used to look at. So let me go on and spin up a VM so I can actually show you guys how to install and what it looks like on a live system. So give me 1 second. Okay guys, so I'm logged into my Ubuntu 18.4 server via SSH, and I want to go on and show you guys how to actually install Glances. It's very simple, just like any other application. It's sudo apt install Glances, and it's in the Ubuntu repository, the main repository, so you don't have to worry about any PPAs. And as well as Orch distributions is in the repository as well. All you have to do is do sudo pacman install, or sudo pacman -S, and then the application, and you should be good to go. And also Glances has a snap package, so you can use snap as well. I'm gonna just go on and install it this way. And shouldn't take but a second. Like I said, it uses a lot of Python. So we'll run through this installation real quick. And while we're waiting on this to finish, just so you know, this is a great application for systems administrators, especially, managing multiple servers. You can quickly look at everything. That's why I really like the name Glances, because you can quickly glance at the server and see what may be causing issues or anything like that, and you can kind of narrow it down because it gives you so much information, which you don't get with HTOP or TOP. So, and I'll skip ahead to where this installation finishes. Okay, so now that we had this thing installed, let me go down and clear the screen. And the first thing I want to do is show you guys the help. So it's glances dash help, and I'm gonna pipe this into less so I can just use the arrows to move up and down. So anyway, these are a lot of the options. I'm not gonna go through and show you all the arguments there are, but it's a lot of arguments. The main ones I want to focus on, or the way to monitor the local machine, as well as the web UI, as well as exporting out to CSV. That's the main ones I want to show you. So I'm not going to go through all these, but you can go through and check it out and learn how to actually use some of these arguments. But I'm going to quit. And the first way to show you is basically just running the application. And this will look at the local machine. So if we run glances. So this is an example of what glances looks like when you first start it up. If you look up here, it goes with the computer name, and then it shows you the IP address, the internal IP address, as well as the public IP address. Now I'm doing this on a VM, so this will be shut down. Plus the ports are closed, so it doesn't matter at this point, but you don't want to show anybody that. That's your public IP address. And let's talk about the different sections. So this is breaking it out for you, putting it all in one spot, the CPU usage, as well as memory usage, and then the swap. And then it's broken out into each one of those categories. So you can see the CPU usage, as you can see that percentage is the same, as well as the user percentage, and then the system percentage, and then how much of the system is idle. So, and then the same thing with memory. It tells you the total amount of memory. I have 2 gigabytes of memory on here. How much is used is 449 megabytes. So that's 22%. And it gives you the amount that's free. Same thing with swap. And this system doesn't have swap, I don't think. No, I might have gave it a little bit. So that's, 1 gig on swap. So none of it's being used, so no percentage. And here are the cores for it. So it's 2 cores. It just gives you a little bit of information on them. Here's the uptime right here. So that's a good thing to check out. Now, this is one thing I was talking about that they don't have in HTOP, which is the network information. You can see what's going on your system. So this is my network adapter EMP0 S3, and it'll basically give you the transmissions per second. And right here it goes into the tasks. So it's 93 tasks that are running. And if you had other tasks, running, the main task is system D for this system. So this right here is the disk information. So it goes through and shows you the partitions, read speed, write speed. So if something is reading or writing, it'll show it there. Here's the file system. It's just giving you the size of the file system, the total amount of space, how much is used, as well as battery. This is the sensor for the battery. So that's on there. And here's where it kind of looks like HTOP, where you have your CPU usage, or your process ID, user ID, and the commands. And this will update as things change. And then as you can see down here, it gives you a null warning or critical alert detected. So that thing will update, as you go, as well as the date, time down here. So that'll update. But that's pretty much how you look at all the system information using glances on a local machine. And I want to show you how to actually do it. So we could quit this by pressing Q. That'll actually quit the application. Now I want to go down and show you guys how to actually use it in the browser. And the way you do that, you can set up a a web server. You can start a web server, and it's a default port for it, but the way you start it is glances -W, press enter. As you can see, it gives you the format. This is the port that you use. So if we click on that, and I'm gonna just click on it just so it'll bring up my browser, and that way I can punch in the IP address because I know what it is. So it's 192.168.0.8 and press enter. And this will actually open up the web UI. Okay, cool. So once you have, like I said, you have the web server started, it should pop up with the same information in the web browser. So if you start this on your server or create a service for this, then you can actually go to this port whenever you want to without actually SSHing into the server and pull up glances from here. So this is a pretty cool feature. Like I said, this makes, glances a whole lot better than HTOP. You can get your information on the fly, from the web. So from the web UI. So the next thing I want to show you guys, let's go ahead and stop this server. I don't need it anymore. As you see, it said disconnected. So let's close that. All right, so let's clear. So another one of the main features I want to show you guys is how to actually export the data. So if we go glances export -CSV, and then we can specify the location. So I'll just do my home directory, Josh glances .csv, and press enter, and that'll actually export out the data to a CSV file. And if we hit quit, we can cat out. I'm gonna cat the and actually I'm in the home directory, so as you can see, it'll drop all that information into a CSV, and it can be used for other applications out there. So this is a good way of pulling information, or pulling the glances information and actually loading it into other applications. And so let's clear this. And the last thing I want to show you guys is, I'm actually not going to do it, but you can set up glances in the server mode, and it's basically glances -S. And if you start it in server mode, you can actually connect to it from a client. So let's say you have a like my local machine that I have glances installed on as well, then I can actually connect to the server just using the IP address. Once you have it enabled, the server mode enabled on the actual server, then you can connect to it by using the IP address. So, and that's pretty much how you start the server mode. And once you start it, then you can go to your client machine and type glances -C and then the IP address. So let's say it's 192.168.0.8, which is this server's IP address. So it's not going to work. So I'm not going to do it. But this will allow you to connect to that server, within your local network. So that's a good way of checking it, from your client machine to the server. You can connect that way, and it'll show you the same information, as if you were looking on your local machine. So that's all I wanted to show you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. More videos to come on various Linux topics. If you have any questions, leave a comment down in the description below. And of course, keep it techie.